Hey, my brothers, back again. Black Pill Gnostic channel's getting work. This is in response to Mr. Z's video he did earlier this morning. Actually talking about video Medium Man did about why black men shows and panels have divestors on them, want to talk to divestors. And that is something that I want to talk about. It's curious to me. It's one thing talking to black women, which I do all the time. I have my picks and my favorites, and as long as the women are honest, I'll talk to them. I don't mind talking to them. And that's cool. You know, it's somebody that's reasonable, that's honest, that doesn't have a bone to pick, or even a bone to pick that is kind of based on something. Okay, if you have a bad experience with something like that, we can talk about it and how to fix it. I do that with guys all the time, whether I agree with them or not. But as Mr. Z said, what I don't understand, why the hell are you talking to women that can't stand you? I wouldn't be on a channel having racist men on my channel, especially if they're talking greasy. I can have a racist guy on my channel, or be on a channel where there are racist people, and they're going to talk greasy to me. Now, if a racist, or like Nick Fuentes, they tell me, would you talk to Nick Fuentes? I would talk to Nick Fuentes, but it wouldn't be about race. It'd be about him, about his life, and what it's like to be white in America, what his experience is, what his problems are, because the reason that you're a racist or race realist is because there's something going on in your vision of the world. Now, I would see that. But if you're talking greasy about me, he's not going to be on more than 30 seconds, because that's not why we're here. I don't mind talking to swirlers, okay, in a sense, because they have issues, okay? They have issues with black men, and sometimes their issues are valid. But a divestor that talks greasy about you, that can't stand you on a regular basis, where divestors have had pictures of black men swinging in trees when they're not even married to white men, and anything but a black man, that's fine. They can have their point of view, but why are we talking to them? And they spent hours talking to these people, talking to these women, hours. And these are the same people that wouldn't spend 5 seconds talking to a Nick Fuentes. 5 seconds. They made this big deal over Pearl, who has never said anything about black men, even close to that. Even close. She dates black men, even though she's had experience with dating black men, because that's what she dates. That's what she likes. She's almost 6 foot white girl with red hair. And no white man is really going to date me. So I date with the men that will date me. And that's what she does. But she has never talked greasy about black men. And we have a whole division of people busting up a whole manosphere, people going to war over Pearl, who has never even come close to saying what divestors have said. And that's something Edward has said. But you put these people like B. Taylor on your panel to basically throw black men under the bus continuously and talk about how much they hate black men, and you have them on black panels. Why talk about what the black manosphere talks about? But the thing is, black women do not have black manosphere people on their panels. I've never seen a divestor invite a black manosphere guy to their panel. Ever. They don't call them up, and they block you as soon as they see you. But the thing is that you listen to them, and you listen to them tell facts that are not true. That aren't true. Not even close to being true. They keep repeating this one Pew Research study back in 20 years ago that has not been validated, that has not been peer reviewed, has been proven false, and basically it's been circulated around for at least 10 years that I know of, and nobody even challenges the goddamn thing, because you guys don't know. But you have the divestor talking greasy on people's panels, and they circulate. And they brag about talking to divestors. Why? Why? I don't get it. And these are the first guys complaining about women being in the space. We shouldn't be talking to women. We shouldn't have women in the space. The first thing you guys do is run over to the channels and start super chatting. Why are you complaining? The main people that complain about women in the space are the main people that I see on panels and in channels and super chatting and donating and cash apping. I don't like what divestors say, but the thing is, as soon as they show up to your panel, first thing you call them up and start talking to them for hours. I give them 5 minutes, they start talking greasy, I bounce them. And they be rubbing their hands and kissing them on the cheek and there, little baby, and it's not so bad, and black men are going to be better. Fuck all that. You guys will go in on a passport bro that goes overseas no matter what he does. Whether he tricks, whether he dates, whether he's traveling, whether he's doing business, it doesn't matter. You guys go all in on passport bros when it's just common sense. And yet you have this chick B. Taylor on the LaPeefs and the Daily, I think it's the Daily Crew or wherever it is, and all over the place. You have people like Obi interviewing divestors and listening to them. And these divestors supposedly hate your guts. And you have women over there running over to the channels, talk about about their experience with black men. They don't help them. Those channels don't help them try to understand who they are. All they do is throw black men under the bus, which is fine. Then stay over there. I understand why black women run to a divestor channel or a swirling channel or Cynthia G's channel. I understand why they do, and that's fine. And that was the problem with Cynthia G. I made one video, I do mean one, telling Cynthia G to kick rocks. They caused a stir. And guess what these Negroes did? They crocheted and Obsidian ran over there, pulled her out of the fire. And for 2 years, we went back and forth with these women and these simps. 2 years. And guess what came out of it? Nothing. Because I believe in freedom of speech, but I believe in your freedom of speech to be over there, not on my channel, because my mission is not about you. My mission is about black men. My mission is about black men to be better. My mission is for black men to understand themselves and understand the world better. That's what my mission is. And talking to divestors, arguing with divestors, talking about divestors. And you have to do it on occasion because you get so many people pelting you with divestors and what do you think about them? What are they saying? How do you feel about them? And I don't give two shits about divestors. I tell them, go be happy. Go make yourself happy. Go find your white man. I told Kara's in that too. Train these women how to go get white men. Okay? Train them how to go get white men. If they want white men, because if my thing was trying to get black men to date out, and that's what I really would want them to do, I wouldn't spend no more than 10% of my time talking about black women because they're irrelevant. Passport bros, now they've used black women's angst to fuel their movement, but for the most part, if you're a passport bro and you're dating outside the United States, black women are irrelevant. You don't have to explain why you left. They're irrelevant. Now, when black women come at you, you can respond, which they did. They made a lot of money responding to black women. It was a gold rush for about a year. But for the most part, they're irrelevant. Divestors are irrelevant. Even if you had 2 million divestors, right? Say we got 2 million divestors that want to divest. So what? You still got a 50-50 mix because you still have an excess of 500,000 women, an excess. I was looking at this Islamic video. I think it was a TikTok. And the Muslim man was saying, you have what? Almost, in the United States, you got almost 10 million more women, excess women in the United States. Excess. All races, right? 10 million. If you paired all them up, basically there'll be 8 to 10 million women left over, right? In the black community, if you pair them all up, there'll be 2.5 million women left over. If you pair them all up, a few women, a small group of women that don't like you, don't make a hill of beans. Right? Don't make a hill of beans. Because no matter where they go, no matter what group they go into, there's no such thing as the excess men. The closest thing you have to excess men is probably in the Latin area. I think maybe, just maybe, there might be a few more men because you have a lot of male migrants that come over. So if black women really wanted to have men that are in excess that may treat them right, go to Latins, but they don't like Latins. White men probably date as wide a range as anybody, but even though that they only marry out at like 1%, they're not going to marry you. Will they date you? Maybe. They're not going to marry you. So a divestor going out after a white man who's the hardest group to actually get and hold on to, because they're the most, in this culture, they're the most sought after. By all means, please go after them. Divesting is not about them dating out. Divesting is about the hatred of their men, of black men. In other words, it's not low-key contempt and hatred that I do believe all black women carry for their men. It's low-key and it's contained. That's an outward expression of that contempt and hatred that black women have for black men. That's what it is, and it probably needs someplace to go. The thing is, we don't need to invite it over here. You know, I've gone through this for 8 years. I am not inviting that foolishness over my channel anymore, right? I tell people that foolishness is not going to go on my channel. You want to talk. But the kind of foolishness, the kind of beef that the Negro Leagues, as I call them, I'm starting calling them the Negro Leagues. All this beef, all stuff going around, I'm starting calling them the Negro Leagues. But it's all these minor leaguers trying to come up to the Negro Leagues with all this beefing. I mean, I'm not having it on my channel anymore. If a divestor wants to come over and talk sense, common sense, then we can. With all this BS about how they hate black women, black men and stuff like that, and black women are having this stuff against the manosphere, good. Stay over there. And you guys stop watching that crap. If the Daily Crew on a daily basis is going in on you, and stop watching them. Because when you watch them, then you start carrying the stone back. And I don't want to hear them. If you want to be over there, be over there. But stop coming over here, bringing the stuff back. Black men have nothing to prove anymore. Okay? You know, win, lose, or draw, right? At the end of the season, right? There's somebody at the top and somebody at the bottom. That season is over. So if the league wants to kick their team out of the league, go ahead. If black women don't want to be bothered with black men anymore, find, like Edward said 5-6 years ago, find another store. In fact, I might find that one, man, and repost that one, because that was a classic. Stop bothering us. Well, you haven't done anything. You haven't proven leadership. Fine, find another store. If Walmart is not your cup of tea and you need Nordstrom or Macy's or whatever high-end department store to go to, then fine. Don't shop at Walmart. If you think that the black men are the 99-cent store, which is a bargain store here, okay, and that's not where you want to shop, and that's all you find, that's what you think black men are, don't walk into the place. Once you go on in and find out that it's not for you, don't come back. Like Kerosene, why are you over here? How come you're not over there with white men? Why are you interacting with black men? For what? We're irrelevant to you. Same thing with Chrissy and all those other women, right? Talk about how black men see them. And how this black man is dating a white woman and all this kind of stuff. Black men should be irrelevant to you. You don't date them. In the black manosphere, we're not over here, for the most part. I'm not saying all, the SYSBM, because they're married and they date them. I can understand why they do it. But for the most part, in the black manosphere, we don't talk about white women because we don't date them. You very seldom hear on any panel, and I've done thousands of them, we bring up the latest white woman because we don't date white women. White women, for the most part, to the black manosphere is irrelevant. For the most part. You get a few here and there. But for the most part, we don't talk about white women because they're irrelevant. If divestors are still talking about black men, it's because we're not irrelevant. You just can't rectify your love for us and your low-key hatred and contempt for us, which you should go to a shrink and actually figure that out. All black women need to go find a shrink. In fact, there's tons of therapists in the black female community that watch this stuff. How come you're not helping these chicks with their low-key contempt and hatred of their men? That's a mental issue. You have all these therapists, unfortunately, they have the same freaking disease. And how you get around it, and not what your remedy is for them to blame black men. If you could change black men, then your mental issues would be healed. Bullshit. And I agree with Medium Man. And I agree with Mr. Z. Yo, Negro, stop having these dumbass chicks on your panels that bring nothing to it. They bring zero value to your channel. It makes absolutely no sense. And I'm kind of getting tired of this crap. That's why, I was with Ronald, man. If you're going to have chicks in here bringing all this kind of freaking drama, man, boot them out. Once I made that edict, people didn't like it. When I told black women they didn't get a vote inside this space, they didn't like it. But 2 weeks later, they calmed the fuck down. That's the way I used to do my girlfriends and my, all my significant others. Okay? All of them. You don't calm the fuck down, you can get the fuck out. And guess what they did? They calmed the fuck down. You got two choices. Either you shut the fuck up, calm the fuck down, or you get the fuck out. Those are those are your choices. Because I'm not going to sit here day after day with your mouth. Because trust, I believe in that. I heard that Lou Rawls' song when I was like a little kid. Man, I believe that ever since I was like 8, 9 years old. I'd rather drink muddy water and sleep on a hollow log. Just like in the Bible, it's better for a man to sleep on the rooftop, okay, on the roof, than be in a house with a fussing woman, with a nagging woman. I believe that. You are going to be quiet. I used to tell my fiance, she'd be like, I said, baby, stop fussing. And she said, I hear you, baby. And she would stop because it's unnecessary. Because anytime my women start fussing at me or want to go off on me, they got about 2 minutes. Now get it out. For you, get it out. You might get 5. Get it out. Let it go. After that, you need to calm that down. I'll let you get it out. You need to calm that down. And I would tell them, you put your hands on me, and if I'm walking away, you put your hands on me, I would beat the brakes off you. And I'll take whatever comes with it. Trust and believe. I do not put up 3 seconds. Those women, I love their dirty draws, but I will not put up with 3 seconds of that crap. And I love black women, but I will not put up with 3 seconds of that crap. And you see me on panels, I don't put up with 3 seconds of that crap. I do not. Care who you are, you can talk, and you know how you have manners, you can talk, and you know how to talk to people. That's why on my panels now, I don't tolerate this stuff. You can talk. I don't put up with 3 seconds of that crap. That hollering and screaming, I don't put up with that. You get dropped. You holler and scream someplace else. Every now and then I might have to go in to let people know that I'm not going to tolerate it. Because you will get dropped. And people where I have to holler and scream at, and I'm on their panel, I'll give you 3 strikes. That 3rd time, I am not coming back. So why you guys have divestors and talk to divestors and all that kind of crap, I have no clue. Why are you so interested in what they think? Why do they matter that much? You need to get yourself together more than you need to get them together. They're irrelevant. There's 4 billion women on this planet. You don't need to even talk 1 second to a divestor. It'd be better for you to import a woman that at least gives you the benefit of the doubt instead of a woman that hates you, that thinks you ain't shit already off the top because you're trained by her mama. Anywho, this has gone on long enough, man, because this will turn into a rant. Y'all stop listening to these dumbass broads, man. Stop listening to dumb people, period, man. I'm getting tired of these Negro minor leagues, man, that go on and on forever. And they don't have anything. There's no intellect. There's no insight. I've heard uneducated people, man, that dropped out of high school with better insight than some of these dudes. And why are you hanging around with these people? Why are you going to these panels? And then have the nerve to bring that stupid shit back to other panels. Why y'all bring that dumb shit back? Anyhow, let me get off here. Speak to yourself, and I'll see you guys on the next one.